day, if not do understand and get, your day, your life is going to get better, honey, once your perception gets better. Okay. Sometimes you may have to think twice, but your day, your life is going to get better once your perception gets better. Now, today, this good old morning, I kept getting a download for me to come live. Okay. I don't know why. I don't ask my intuition when it tells me to do something. Okay. I am obedient. I listen to my intuition. It tells me to go live. Okay. We live. All right. Now, listen. I am here. We gonna make a smoothie real quick, and then after that, we gonna get into this good old video. When you hear that chatter in your mind, I want you to tell yourself, God is my shepherd, I shall not want. When that chatter is telling you, girl or guy, how you gonna pay that? I want you to continuously tell yourself, God is my shepherd, I shall not want. When your health is looking a certain way, I want you to continuously tell yourself, God is my shepherd, I shall not want. I want you to keep on saying it until you make a song out of it. Okay. I want you to keep on telling yourself these things in order for your life to change. You have to be willing to discipline your mind. All right. Everything starts off in the mind. As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. Man, what man believes he is, he is. If you believe that you can't do no better, guess what? You ain't gonna do no better. If you believe that you can't get any further, guess what? You won't get any further. If you believe that your circumstances can't improve, guess what? They won't improve. You have to start telling yourself and reconditioning your mind. And how do you do it? Well, I tell you guys each and every day what I do. I listen to personal development all day. And I know the average person isn't willing to do that because you know why? Because we've been so taught to go after the thing as opposed to changing our mindset. We've been so taught to try to get, right? Oh, get a. Be good little go-getters as opposed to being good little go-givers. Because the more you give, the more you shall receive. And I want you to start understanding that you are able to win. I need you to get that. I need you to start taking your power back and understand where you are currently today. That is not where you have to stay. Okay? Let me say it again. Your health may be basura. Okay? Your health may be trash. The doctor may have said you only got a certain amount of time to live. All right? The results, you look at the results, but you don't allow the results to control you. Okay? I'm going to need you to stop going based upon these eyes. Stop going based upon eyesight and start going based upon mindsight. What is it that you want for your life? What is it that you believe you deserve for your life? I know you're not walking around acting like you are an accident, okay? And if you are, I'm going to need you to start taking the time out to find out who you are, because you was created to win. You was created to enjoy happiness and abundance and bliss, and anything other than that, okay, that's programming. All right, is a programming that is not serving you, but in the words of neo knowledge, is only controlling you. Okay, it is a programming that is not serving you, but is only there to control you. You have to ask yourself, is this the way I desire my life to be? And let me tell you something else, okay? Because newsflash, you can say you want all these different things and you want your life to change, but if you are not willing to discipline your mind, okay? And what I mean by that, if you're not willing to read the books, listen to the personal development, if you're not willing to reprogram your mindset, guess what? You get thoughts. And those thoughts, if you entertain them, entertaining the devil, okay? The self-doubt, the unworthiness, You worrying. You've been thinking the devil is outside. Honey, what if I told you the devil is the thoughts that you keep on entertaining? You keep on thinking over and over. And then on top of that, you tell yourself what you can't do. I don't know. Okay. Maybe this is why my intuition told me to come live, because somebody needs to hear this video, this message. Okay. Make sure you guys sharing it. Okay. Make sure you sharing it. Okay. Make sure you guys are sharing the video. And let me tell you something. As long as you are pointing a finger and saying it's because of this person, that's why my life is all screwed up. It's because of the devil made me do it. It's because of what my mama did when I was in 6th grade. It's because of how my daddy was in my life. As long as you are believing and naming and claiming those things outside your existence, you shall forever wait until those things change in order for your life to change. You ever hear people say, I can't wait until the next president come into office? You ever hear them say that? Okay. They're not willing to be the change that they wish to see. They willing to make somebody in control of their lives. And I know it's a lot of people may not agree with this, but I don't care. Let me tell you. I don't care. When I got to download to do videos, it never was for opinions and likes and agreements and all those things. And I like the likes, okay? But I don't live for the likes. I don't live for them. And so you need to start taking your power back. If you saying that the devil made me do it and you believe that it is a entity, okay? It's the thoughts that you keep on entertaining throughout the day. I was in the shower this morning, okay? Just minding my business in the shower. And all these thoughts start coming to me. I'm listening to Reverend Ike and all the thoughts start coming to me. And immediately, discipline. I start seeing what I desire for my life. I start seeing myself at the kitchen table counting $20,000. Okay, at the kitchen table counting $20,000. You gotta be disciplined. You have to be disciplined. And if you're not being disciplined, and if you're not willing to be disciplined, guess what? Those thoughts that you keep on thinking throughout the day, all right? That's what's going to keep on showing up in your life with those emotions. It's not only the thoughts, it's the emotions that's attached. When you start thinking these ideas and then you start wanting to curse people out. When you walking around with the frown, looking like Humpty the Dumpty, okay? When you walking around like somebody owe you money, because you are so upset because you entertaining the devil. You entertaining the self-doubt. You entertaining the unworthiness. You keep on thinking. You entertaining the worrying. You entertaining those things. And as long as you entertain it and you get emotionally involved with it, guess what? That's going to be your reality. That is going to be your reality. Okay? All right. Now, we're going to make this smoothie. All right. Let's go with something different today, shall we? All right. I like different. What about you, Linda? Now, we got, this is crafted smoothie kit. Okay. This is bananas, mango, and berries. Now, I got this from ShopRite. Now, the good thing about these is they individually wrap. Absolutely love that. Okay, love that. All right. So the smoothie kit. Love this. And I think this was like $12, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was $12. All right, so we're gonna just pour this in our blender. And it makes a fair amount of smoothie. Okay, take our almond milk. And this is pretty much how much it makes. All right, so this is good. I definitely like this. Really good. Okay, let's go. Let's go, Joe. Honey, sometimes in the morning you just gotta sing. Let's go, Joe. Who is Joe? I don't know. I don't know who Joe is. I just made Joe up. Okay? All right. I would say Joe Mama. All right. I would say Joe Mama. I think my youngest son is up. Oh. Hey, Amani. Hey, Mama. Okay. Huh? Did Javon say something to Monty? Was that Javon? What you say, Duty? Huh? Okay. All right. Got our smoothie, honey, swing my way. Okay. Now, our wine glass broke the other day. All right. So we gonna use this. Okay, this is what we got. Huh? Yeah, it broke the other day. Just so good. Who knew? Who knew that this could taste that combination? The kiwi, the blackberries, the strawberries. What else was in there? The mangoes. Who knew it could taste good like this? We're going to get into it and do it. Duty, what you say? When I tell you this is good, honey, this is good. Ooh, child. Increasing. I'm not trying to. Let me tell you something. You got to be willing to look good, to feel good, and child smell good, okay? You got to be willing. When I tell you this tastes so good, woo! Now, I have talked about this book several times, The Prosperity Bible. Okay, I've been talking about this book, I think, since last year. Okay, full force. I've been talking about this book. When I was going to become monetized on YouTube, this is one of the books I would do a live on, and I would constantly tell you guys, go get this book. This one, and Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. Okay. I love this book so much. Now, it's falling apart a little, okay? This is what it says about money, and this is The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles, okay? The impression of increase. Amani, turn it down some more, mama. Whether you change your vocation or not, your actions for the present must be those pertaining to the business in which you are now engaged. You can get into the business you want by making constructive use of the business you are already in. By doing your daily work in a certain way. Increase is what all men and all women are seeking. Okay. And if you're not seeking increase, I don't know. I really don't know. Something must be wrong, because you should always be seeking increase. You should always be seeking a way to improve who you are, what you are, and how you do what you do. You should always be in a constant mood of, how can I improve? I remember listening to my mentor, Bob Proctor. One of the things he said was, you should always ask yourself every day, how could you improve? What could you do better? Okay. And when you are so focused on, how could I provide better service? How could I do things better than what I'm currently are doing? You're not focusing on the results so much. Yes, the results are important. You need to see the results. Okay. But we don't allow the results to control us. We control the results. And how do we control the results? So one, you need to know exactly where you are. You need to know exactly where you are. This is so good. There's no way you are going to be able to change your results if you don't know where you are. So you need to know where you are in order to change the results. Change your mind, and then you change your conditions. I got that from Reverend Ike this morning. Change your mind, and you will change your conditions. Change your mind and change your conditions. But are you willing to change your mind? Are you willing to change the way you think? Are you willing to change the way you see things? Remember, you change your perception and you change the way you see things, things will begin to change. Wayne Dyer. Okay? You have to be willing to change your perception in order for your life to change. If you keep on looking at your life the same that you looked at your life last year, guess what? Next year is going to be the same, just like last year. So you have to be willing to change your mind in order to change your conditions. The desire for increase is inherent in all nature. It is the fundamental impulse of the universe. All human activities are based on the desire for increase. People are seeking more food, more clothes, better shelter, more luxury, more beauty, more knowledge, more pleasure, more increase in something more in life. Now, I know many of you guys, okay, may have been told you should just be satisfied with what you have. You always want something. You never satisfied. Just be grateful for what you got now, right? And that's wrong ideology. That's wrong terminology. Because yes, be grateful for what you have, but you should always want more. That's universal law. Create or disintegrate. You should always be wanting more. You should always be looking to expand your horizons. You should always be knowing that, you know what, I could do better than what I was yesterday. Because you can. Because you can. This has nothing to do with no one else. This has nothing to do with no one else. It has nothing to do with no one else but you and you. How can I be better? What are some of the things that I can do that would make me better? I started reading, child, and let me tell you something. I used to be watching Lifetime Network, okay, watching Atlanta Housewives and all these reality TV shows, honey, because didn't want to face my reality, so I'm watching somebody else's reality, fake reality, okay? And isn't it funny? You watch other people's reality because you don't want to. Oh, yeah, I don't know, okay? I do know. You watching someone else's reality because you don't want to face your reality. Honey, I need an amen from the choir, okay? Amen. You got to be willing to face your reality in order to change it. And reality is an illusion. It's an illusion. It's not even real. It's not even real. Okay? Because you can change it at any given time. Anytime. You just wake up in the morning. You know what? I'm changing my life. You know what? I'm changing it. Make the decision. Make the decision to change your life. Make the decision. You ain't got to have it all figured out. I didn't. And I still don't have it all figured out. I figure it out as long as I go. All this, oh, you gotta have it all figured out. How you gonna do that? You know, the people who don't even have, who not even rocking out to their vision, they always have something to say. How you gonna do that? Girl, you ain't got it. How you gonna open that business? They always have something to say. The small-minded people, I call them. Small-minded people. You telling them you so excited, happy. Oh, let me tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna open that business. Oh, and you know I'm gonna create that design line. Okay, I'm gonna create that brand. I'm gonna do the merchandise. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do, and they come with they shenanigans. How you gonna do that? You know how much it costs? They don't even know how much it costs, but they gonna tell you. You know how much it costs to open that business. Oh, chill. Here they are telling you how much they never opened a business in a day of their life. Never opened up a business. Never opened a business in the day of their lives. And they're telling you, you know how much it's gonna cost for you to do all those things like that. You listen to them if you want to. You listen to the small-minded people if you want to. Small-minded people. All right? Small-minded people. You gotta get them away from you. You gotta get those small-minded individuals away from you. You hear what I'm saying? The ones don't have no vision. Remember in the Bible it says the people with no vision, they perished. They don't have no vision, child. But they gonna try to tell you about yours. And you the fool. You the fool letting them tell you about your vision. You telling them, oh, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do. And they go and tell you, you can't do that. And guess what you do? Oh, child, guess what you do? You quit. You quit. You quit. Why? Why are you quitting based upon what somebody said? Mama, you want a yogurt? Go get it, mama. You quit. You just throw in the towel. But these people never had a business. They never did anything productive, and you listen to them. You just listen to them and you quit. God gave you that vision and you say, you go and tell them. God gave them a vision too. But they were so caught up on what other people thought about them. Guess what? They ain't even rock out to their vision. Because they so overly concerned. What about what the people gonna think of me? Nowadays, I don't care. I don't give a darn. You say I'm crazy. I don't care. Because let me tell you something. You ain't paying nothing. All right? So I don't care. I had to let go of that, oh, well, what about things? I don't care. What about what I think? And that's why it's called self-esteem. Self-esteem. How you see yourself. Don't be overly concerned about what other people's perception of you is or their opinions. You should be so focused on you that you ain't even got time to even hear what other people's opinion is of you. And their opinion ain't got nothing to do with you. Nothing. See, people oftentimes they tell on themselves. Yes, they tell on themselves. You should listen to the conversations. You should listen to the conversation. People oftentimes they tell on themselves. If someone is able to be mean, okay, and call you all types of every name up under the sun. If they able to do that, always remember this. It had to pass through them first in order to get to you. And you taking it personal. Why? Why must you take it personal? It's not personal. It has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. Everything. Okay? So let's get back. Every living thing is under this necessity for continuous advancement, where increase of life ceases, dissolution and death sets in at once. Remember, there's a universal law. It's either you create or disintegrate. It's either you create or disintegrate. You know how your intuition is constantly talking to you? And you never listen to it? You never listen to your intuition? You say things like, because you've been conditioned not to listen to it. You say things like, that don't make sense. Why would I do that? I never go that way. I never shop at that store. I'm not going to do that. Not realizing that the life that you desired, if you would listen to your intuition, it would take you there, lead you there much quicker. You have to be willing to listen to your intuition. The more you listen to it, the more it speaks to you. The more you that don't make sense. I ain't gonna listen to that. You ever had a friend? Okay. Now this friend come to you for advice all the time. She telling you her business. telling you what's going on in her life, and you always give her advice. And then the next time you turn around, she come to you again. All right. And you done gave her the advice. And she come to you telling you the same exact story. And you say, girl, I told you what to do. Let me tell you guys something. I had a friend, right? And every time me and my homegirl, we would talk, I would tell her what was going on in my life, right? With this guy I used to date. And she said to me, Dina, that guy is just doing it so he could get your reaction. And I didn't really believe it. I said, and to myself, I said, no, he not. Right. And so the next time she told me again, right? Because I came back to her again. I said, you know what? Let me tell you what he done did this time. And she said, you know what? You know what? I told you already why he's doing it. You pretty much entertaining it. And that's why he keep on doing it. And so it was one time I went to her and told her this, and she said she wouldn't even entertain it. She wouldn't even give any feedback. She just was like, oh, that was it. That was it. Because she said, I done told you several times, girl, why the guy was doing what he was doing, and you just keep on entertaining it. So I'm not gonna tell you nothing else. And that's how your intuition, you don't want to listen to your intuition. Your intuition is guiding you daily. Go this way, do this. But because you are a rational thinker, because you've been taught to be rational, it gotta make sense. It gotta make sense. If it don't make sense, I ain't doing it. And you wonder why you where you are currently today, because it has to make sense. It don't have to make sense. And then oftentimes if you operating in faith, it ain't gonna make sense. But you have to look at your life and say, you know what? It may not make sense, but I know from all the times that I listened to my intuition, I always winded up on top. You got to be willing to listen and be obedient. Now, I'm going to need you to go get this book, The Prosperity Bible. Okay? And follow in a certain way as described in the foregoing pages, you are getting continuous increase for yourself, and you are giving it to all with whom you deal. You are a creator center from which increase is given off to all. Be sure of this and convey assurance of the fact to every man and woman and child with whom you come in contact, no matter how small the transaction, even if it be only the selling of a stick of candy to a little child. Put into it the thought of increase and make sure that the customer is impressed with the thought. Convey the impression of advancement with everything you do. Remember, I said you should always be looking to improve. Always looking to improve. Okay? Always looking to say, you know what? I know I can do better. I know I can do better. All right? Now, the mind, the mind that seeks for mastery over others is the competitive mind. Now, in this book, it talks about competing. And how you should not be competing with anyone but yourself. And I know some people say, no, I compete. I don't compete against nobody. I don't compete against no one. I stay in my lane. I stay in my lane. I don't compete. As soon as you start competing, you lose. Because you're so focused on what the other person is doing. You're so focused. You're so much worried about what they're doing that you lose. I don't compete. And to compete is ignorant. That person is that person. You are you. Why are you competing against someone else? Listen, the competitive mind is not the creative one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Mm-mm. The competitive mind is not the creative one. In order to master your environment and your destiny, it is not at all necessary that you should rule over your fellow men. And indeed, when you fall into the world's struggle for the high places, you begin to be conquered by fate and environment, and your getting rich becomes a matter of chance and speculation. Beware of the competitive mind. Beware of the competitive mind. No better statement of the principle of creative action can be formulated than the favorite declaration of the late Golden Rule Jones of Toledo. What I want for myself, I want for everybody. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay now. All right. The advancing man. Are you an advancing man or advancing woman? Huh? Are you advancing? Or are you saying the same, Linda? Linda. Linda, I'm talking to you. Do you hear me? Or you're staying the same, Linda. I remember how you said this. I've been this way. I had an ex of mine, he would say certain things. Listen, dude, I've been this way. And he would say, just because you've been that way, that don't make it right. And I would just say, but I've been this way. Like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do, boo? Okay, I've been this way. You met me this way. All right. Until life said, oh, so you've been that way? All right, you're gonna keep on getting the same exact results. Oh, you want to keep saying you've been that way? When you're ready to change, Tina. And I said, oh, I'm ready. Okay, honey, I was ready. All right, because those results, some you get those results and you see those results ain't result in the way you want them to be. Okay? And you say, what could I do different? And I had to do some things different. I had to, in the words of Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart, I had to lose my mind and come to my senses. Okay? I had to lose my mind and come to my senses. I had to see the way that I was doing things. It was not working. And so therefore I had to do some things differently. Okay? Well, you're going to have to lose your mind to come to your senses. Now, this is The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. Don't you know Rhonda Byrne, who created The Secret? She read this book, okay? And that's how she got the idea to create The Secret. Hello. Hello. You ain't hear what I said. You didn't hear me. You didn't hear me. The lady who created The Secret, Rhonda Byrne, okay, who created The Secret, that talks about law of attraction. She read this book. It was The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. Okay. And that's how she created The Secret. Oh, when success and the dots is connected. Okay. All right. Remember, success leaves clues. You want to remember that. Success leaves clues. You got to be doing what the rich are doing. You say you want to be like the rich. You want to have their money, okay? You want to have they saying what you guys call it, fanya? I don't know what you call it, manyan or whatever. You better do what the manyan or whatever what they do. You better do it, okay? You better do what they doing. They read in the books. You up there talking about something. I don't read. I ain't got time to read. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't, Linda. Maybe you don't. I don't think it's time.
I don't think is the time that you don't have. What I think is you're not, and it's not such thing as managing your time. You're not productive with your time. You're not productive with your time. It's not that you don't have the time, because we all have 24 hours in a day. You're not productive with your time. How you use your time. Remember, time is currency. How are you spending your time? Because whatever you constantly spend your time on, you shall receive a return on investment. And only thing you have to see is, you could just see, how you've been spending your time. Look at your life. Oh, yeah. The way you've been spending your time, look at your life. Because that's a sure indication of how you've been spending your time. So it's not that you don't have time. You have time 24 hours in a day. Everybody have 24 hours in a day. You're not being shortchanged getting only 10 hours. You're getting 24. No, you're not spending your time wisely. That's the problem. That's the issue. Okay? You got to do better in order to get better. Now, the law of increase of life is a mathematical certain in its operation as the law of gravitation. Getting rich is an exact science. See, when you know these laws, right? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Okay? When you know these laws that governs our lives, then you can move differently. You can operate differently. But you need to know them. You need to know the laws of the universe that governs our lives. And just because you don't know them, that don't mean that you're not going to suffer the consequences. And just because you say, oh, we have free will, you're right. Free will. We all have free will. But free will do not exempt you from these laws of this here universe. Honey, I got to use the bathroom. I done drunk this smoothie. Gots to go.